Dan Bongino, former FBI deputy director and host of the Dan Bongino Show. So you're now back in the private sector, Dan. Welcome back. It's good to see you.
Good to be here.
Did you ever think you would see civilians setting up checkpoints in major metropolitan areas for ICE?
Yeah, man. I mean, after the chop zone, this is like SOP for the, lunatic left. But, I'm watching this clip here, sitting here going through all this with you. And it's like, who does PR for these people? Like the new Coke folks? Like who says to them, hey, I've got a great idea. Let's piss off a bunch of people going to work early in the morning when everyone's in a great mood, of course, pre-coffee or whatever it may be. And let's stop them in a green vest and tell them we're running plate checks for ICE folks who are getting rapists and murderers out of the city just to make sure we keep them in here. Like who's the moron who was like, hey, it's not going to tick off veterans at all if we go and do an Iwo Jima reenactment because we want rapists and murderers to say, like, who did, folks, listen, I'm not here to give the left advice, but fire these idiots and arrest them for political malpractice immediately.
You remind me of the people that were fighting for climate change that would just lie down and play dead in the middle of the freeway. I mean, they're inches from getting their heads squished by a pickup truck.
Jesse, they got to bring, what's her name? The Greta lady in next, the young gal. Like, bring her in. Like, that's the only, she, in between flotillas out there in Gaza, whatever. Like, bring her in. She's really popular to me. What is going on with these people? But, hey, listen, on a very serious note, though, I listened to you play that clip of President Trump. I was there very early on in March when this whole thing went down. The president was totally transformative on this immigration issue. He used Title VIII like no one had done it in American history before. Quick story here. It was me, Pam, Cash, and Todd, and we were meeting over in the JCC, and they were like, listen, man, we're arresting a lot of these people in the country illegally. We're trying to flip them. We're spending all this money on, United States attorneys, proffer sessions, all this stuff, and they come up later, they don't have anything. Let's just give these people, I mean, again, I'm exaggerating a little bit, give them 5 minutes to flip, produce some information on a criminal enterprise. If you don't get you fill in the blank, out of the damn country. The president was like, I want him out. Like, I am not wasting a year on a proffer session feeding this guy in a U.S. prison if he doesn't even belong in the damn country. You may say, well, that sounds pretty simple. The president was the first one to think about that. Yeah, I mean, and that's why the crime rate is the lowest in U.S. history.
Dan, they're not just feeding them. I mean, Gavin Newsom's giving illegal alien sex changes in prison. I mean, it's just pouring money at these people like it's crazy. Have you heard about this new move Noam's doing? They're going to put every ICE agent gets a body cam. I mean, I love that.
I'll bet they do, too. I made this argument on my show before I left to go over to the FBI, that the body cam has been the best weapon for good cops out there. And initially there's always a little bit of this, a big brother spying on me kind of thing with anyone. No one wants to be said. People don't like those mouse detectors in work, juggle the mouse, whatever. However, this thing has saved a lot of good cops from. I got friends up in New York in the NYPD still. They have that civilian complaint review board. In the past, people used to say, he said this or he called me that. Now you just go right to the video, boom, done, over. It's more protection for the police than I think it is for the population.
Yeah, the Democrats.
I think it's a great move.
They walked right into that one. That will light them up in more ways than one. Dan Bongino, great to have you back. I'm sure you don't miss the Epstein files or anything like that. I'm sure you're glad you're talking about what you want to talk about.
It's a busy year, my man.
I'm sure. It's a
busy year.
Great to get back in on the action. Good to see you as always. Thank you for your service.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.